What's good? What's happening? We got High Boy. Don't Breathe. Explained by an idiot. Subscribe. Y'all can't see it. Subscribe though. Help your boy reach 1,000 subscribers, man. You know what I'm saying? I did watch Don't Breathe. And I did watch Don't Breathe 2. So we gonna see what he cooked up, man. Fire movie, bro. Fire movie. The first and the second one. No cap.
Welcome to Don't Breathe, which starts with a blonde getting dragged to an empty Detroit neighborhood, and because of that same bitch with two idiots robbing a house. The one that looks like Woody from Toy Story can turn off the alarm because his father works in the company that makes this alarm system and he stole the key to turn it off from behind his dad's back to rob these places. And this guy, who is their leader, and if I were Cinema Sins, I'd call him for eating an apple, but no, I'm calling him for having an haircut and peeing all over the place they're robbing. They steal a bunch of valuable stuff, but no cash because there's a stupid law that says if you steal cash, it's a worse crime than if you steal just stuff. Then they break a window while they leave, so the alarm gets triggered, presumably not to make anyone suspicious of the alarm system that someone exploited a vulnerability in it. So no one suspects Woody's dad like that. But I have a problem with this because depending on how fast the police's response time is, if they get there really quick, they can find that someone peed on the place, which means they had the time.
Yeah, they got all that DNA, bro. An idiot.
Warm up to pee. You know, every guy and gal knows you gotta time the pump before you release the toxins, you know what I'm saying? Basically, they had a shit ton of time to pee and steal all that crap, which is time they would not have if they broke the glass and then got in and stole that stuff, which would lead any police person, detective guy to think that they were able to turn the security system off somehow. But that's a long shot theory, so whatever. On the ride back, Rob reveals that after making enough money from all the houses they're stealing, she's gonna try and move to California with her little sister that she's taking care of because her mom's super duper and abusive. Really? California? There are 49 other states and you had to choose the one that is a real contender for the one with the highest concentration of woke fake that live on a diet of protein shakes, avocado, Starbucks, and plastic surgery. Not to mention the high cost of living, pollution, all the other.
Yeah, he said it on me, boy. You know what I'm saying?
You really think this through, Rocky? Doesn't matter. Woody puts back the key to the security system in his dad's desk, while dude gets a tip that an old army veteran dude is sitting on over $300,000 in cash because this one rich bitch ran over his only daughter and killed her, and he won this money in a settlement in court a few years ago. And this literally believes that the money's in the house, and the house is in a neighborhood that is completely deserted and like a ghost town part of town. So he thinks it's gonna be an easy job, but Woody doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to do cash because it's like worst crime if you do cash. Rocky really wants to do it because that's her big ticket out of here, going to California and so she sends him a text begging him to do it, so he looks into it and also like thinks about her a bit because he has a question on her, but she belongs to if you can tell already. So while he ponders over this decision and daydreams over Rocky, she's dealing with her loving awful mother and taking care of her little sister that really wants to go to the beach and surf, but she says
there's no surf.
Oh,
mother, and taking care of her little sister that
this is the same trailer in 8 Mile. It is. It looks dead ass like the Eminem's trailer in 8 Mile.
Really wants to go to the beach and surf, but she says
there's no surf in Michigan.
Yes, there is. You're surrounded almost on all sides by water, and you got little baby waves that are perfect for learning how to surf. Stop lying to the child, woman. Whatever. Woody shoots her a text telling her that he's down to clown and do this job. So Shitty Haircut sets up a camera in front of the old dude's house to scope it out for a few days, then goes to pick it up and goes back to his car, shows them the footage, and tells Cocky and Woody that the dude hasn't left the house in 5 days, so he wants to go in while he sleeps to introduce some sleeping gas to the guy's lungs to keep him asleep so they can roam around the house freely and look for the money. Then suddenly a dog barks and slobbers all over the car. And who else calls a dog back but the old guy that they want to rob, who turns out to be blind, which they think makes their job much easier. So Shitty Haircut dude says, we do this tonight. Let's go.
And that's when they thought wrong. Easier? Oh, you're done. You're done, okay? Pack up.
Get the dog slobber out of the way first, okay? Because it was inconsistent between shots, and that's really annoying. Now on to the important part. You just saw that he goes out to walk his dog, which means he leaves his house at least for like a few minutes. Just wait till he eventually does it again and go in there to at least scope out the place from the inside a little bit to have more information. Why are you rushing this? There is no time constraint here, you fucking dumb whatever. Later on, they approach the house at 2 a.m. hoping the old guy's asleep. Throw his dog some sleeping pills hidden in some meat to knock him out. Then try the front door, but the paranoid has 3 extra locks on there, and Woody only has the 1 key for that 1 lock. So they jump over the fence to try the side door. Careful not to wake up the sleeping dog, and the side door is also no good, does not open, too well locked and shit. So Shit Cut tries to open the basement door from the outside by yanking on it violently and loudly like a dumbass taco he is. They stop him and Rocky sees a skinny window that is not barred up and volunteers to go through it. So Woody gives her a remote to turn off the security system. All she has to do is point it in its direction and be close enough to click, and she has 30 seconds from the time she trips the alarm to turn it off. Wait a minute, 30 seconds, but the one in the beginning of the movie had a countdown for starting from 20.
20, 19, 18.
Is that different?
Maybe this one's better.
Does it even matter?
Yeah.
Is there an option to customize the countdown timer's length? Whatever, who cares? Mercy gets boosted up there as
Probably
Mercy's
another
doing.
one.
She breaks the window, unlocks the thing, and gets inside. Somehow that does not make enough noise to wake him up. Doesn't matter. As soon as she opens the window, that trips the alarm, and she starts sneaking in there as quietly as she can, furiously clicking away at any place where she thinks the thing is or where the noise is coming from. She eventually turns it off. By the way, the time from when she trips the alarm to when she turns it off is exactly 42 seconds, which means the alarm should have went off and the cops should have been on their way. But movie timers are always fucked like that, so whatever. She opens the side door for them and tells them to.
That man really pointed that out too. He's like, Like, it was actually 42 seconds, not 30. But it is what it is. That boy, pay attention to the details.
Means the alarm should have went off and the cops should have been on their way, but movie timers are always fucked like that, so whatever. She opens the side door for them and tells them to take their shoes off before they come in to presumably be more quiet, sneaky, and ninja. Then the movie starts doing something really stupid and annoying, which is zooming on shit that is obviously going to be of importance later. Thanks, movie. Yeah, we get it. Wow, look, a hammer. That is definitely going to be used as a weapon by someone with how much is getting zoomed into. You can zoom out now and move on to other shit. We get it, movie. Thank you. Thank you. Shit cut goes upstairs to the guy's bedroom where he's sleeping to release the vape cloud of sleepiness. And while he makes his concoction of Z's, dude wakes up to turn off the TV next to him, which spooks out Ombre, but you know, he blind, so he can't see him, so it's all good. Blind guy goes back to bed and he releases the sleepy vape cloud bomb. Then he goes back down to them and starts speaking loudly, uber confident that his little bottle of smoke is doing its job. They find the door to the basement or the cellar with a big fat fucking lock on it and figure that the money has to be down there somewhere. So Shitface tries to pry the door open but fails because the smooth brain jackass is prying on the door frame itself and not the lock. Trying to pry the lock off the door. That's like trying to dig a hole by slapping the earth. Are you fucking stupid? Let me answer that question. Yes, he is. Because the next thing he pulls out is a gun as a better tool to open the door when the only tool here is him. Woody thinks this is a bad idea, but it's too late because the dumb shoots the lock through a bottle as a makeshift silencer, which isn't as effective as you think it would be. You at least have to have some cotton balls or some wool inside to have some semblance of a suppression effect, which still is not that much. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyway, Woody nopes out, puts his shoes on,
ain't lying though.
And right after that, the blind guy comes down. Either he woke up because the sleeping gas didn't work, maybe he went out to pee, maybe the loud ass fucking shot woke him up. I don't fucking know. Just a thought. Anyway, he's here now. He heard the noises and he's asking who's there. The idiot starts another sequence of bad actions. First of which is that he speaks. He tells the guy to stay right there. I know what's in there and I came for it. Shoots another warning shot next to the blind guy to stop him from coming any closer without backing up himself anywhere or running away at all. Keeps threatening the old dude not to come closer, but the blind ripped dude has ironclad testicles, keeps approaching and finally gets close enough to disarm him and point the gun at Shithead's head. Asks him if there's anyone else here in the house with him and he tells him that there is no one else. So blind guy shoots him and Shit cut fucking squirms around a little bit.
Bro, getting impacted by a blind person is crazy. It's crazy. But nah, this man, bro, the blind guy, badass.
Then falls on the floor dead. How do you squirm around for a bit? I saw the bullet exit his fucking head. It came in through his neck, exited his head. I know some people survive certain headshots at certain angles, but it is my understanding that if the shot is fail, you can't do anything. No movement at all. In fact, the only thing you can do is something called the flop. Or am I wrong here? Doesn't matter. Rocky very quietly goes to hide in the closet, and Woody hears these gunshots, comes back in, and almost runs into the blind guy, who's locking up the side door and boarding up the bathroom window that he uses other senses to deduce that it got broken into. While the teens text each other and communicate, blind guy somehow does not hear the vibrating phones, then goes into the closet to check a safe in a secret hole in the wall where all his settlement money is, and Rocky gets to see that. She also gets to see the code he used for the opening the safe. He then closes it up and leaves. Woody gets to Rocky in the closet. He wants to go, but she chances it and tells him to wait a second. Goes to open the safe and make some noise and take all the money and put it in her bag. After that, they decide that the best course of action to get out the house is through the storm cellar door because only bolted shut from the inside and will be the easiest way to get out. So they go to the cellar or basement door. As soon as they get there, the blind guy opens the door. They immediately freeze and get out of his way. He's going to like collect the body of the Latino boy and drag him away, but instead of standing completely still, they keep moving backwards, and eventually Woody hits a part of the floor that is very squeaky and makes a noise, and that puts blind guy on super high alert momentarily. I understand that they want to get out this place ASAP, but both of them displayed the ability to stand super still and the presence of mind to move only as much as they need to when faced by the blind guy and being in his way. So why move now? Why the fuck are you doing this, you dumbass idiot? Whatever, I'll let it pass. Blind guy shoots at the guy's buzzing phone and brushes off the squeak as whatever moment. The house is old and squeaky, maybe I did it, whatever, let me just move this body out of here. I'm saying he drags that guy into this workshop part of his house, and as soon as he gets far enough, they go for the door and go into the weird ass basement, climb down the ladder, use their phones as flashlights, but Woody runs out of battery. Then they get jump scared by a basement that is bound up in a contraption that has her like confined to this padded area corner of the basement.
Well, I don't remember this scene. This scene right here, I do not remember
and a long
at
rope
all.
that is connected to a bell inside the house that rings whenever she moves. She shows them newspaper clippings and tries to communicate to them, and they find out that she is the rich bitch that ran over the guy's kid, so he kidnapped her for some more quote-unquote justice in his basement. Meanwhile, dude was upstairs being Bob the Builder, making shit to fix the basement lock, I guess, when he sniffs out some stinky dinky shit and his shithead shoe. He smells it and it smells like a skunk's asshole, but he notices a second pair of shoes that smells like flowers and daffodils because it's literally impossible for women to smell bad. He figures there's more than one person here and the dude lied, so he goes to check on his money and finds out that it's gone. Then he hears the bell ring because the base moved, and you'll find out soon enough how accurate that statement is. Anyway, he starts going down there thinking that the people that robbed him are trying to escape from the basement and maybe possibly running into that bitch, while the two of them are wasting a shit ton of time debating on whether or not they should free her and take her with them. Then they open a safe with the same code that the safe up top had, find some keys, unlock her and take her with them, moving out of the fucking place while they hear the guy coming for them. They get to the storm cellar door and find out that it's not just bolted shut but also padlocked shut, but they have the key, so that's no problem. They start opening it. Open sesame, the guy's fucking outside, wants to pet of them, pointing a gun at Woody. He shoots his ear because he's blind. He misses, but if you think about it, it's a pretty accurate shot for the situation. It takes a few other shots at the screaming, squirming females and actually shoots.
Yo, hold on, cause I really forgot a lot of these scenes, bro. I watched the first and second one. Yeah, bro, I'm like, some of these scenes are blurry for
the
me.
tied up, bound up hoe in the face, and she's still able to look around for a few seconds before falling down and dying. Someone please tell me why people who get headshot on this movie don't immediately ragdoll and fall on the floor. Is getting shot in the cheek less instantly fatal? Whatever. They run away and hide behind the thing, and while the dude approaches really carefully and feels a dead body at his feet, feels for it and finds out that it's his dungeon boy. Discovers that he accidentally killed her and goes, no, no, no. He's pretty bummed about it, so he turns back and locks the hatch in a way that it can't be opened again by jamming a little rod in there. While Woody figures out that the keys in his hand will also unlock the front door, so they make a run for it, but old guy hears that and shuts off the lights to even out the playing field a bit. Blind people must save a shit ton of money on electricity bills, right? Irrelevant. He keeps shooting at any noise they make so they get lost and separated.
Good one. Good one.
Inside the cellar. He, however, is traversing the
Yo.
place with no problem because he knows it by heart. And eventually gets a hold of Woody, points a gun at his head, but he runs out of ammo, so he tries to choke him out through a shelving unit. But Woody pushes it onto him and gets loose of his grip, then finds Rocky and runs to the light of the door out to the inside of the house and shit. They get outside and then they find that old guy has woken up his dog and let him into the house to employ the help of the animal kingdom, and the dog chases them upstairs before they get the chance to open the front door. They barricade
I
themselves
would've
inside
kicked
the
that shit.
daughter's room, I
What?
believe, and they're like,
We're trapped in here.
bro, that one looks like it's just boarded up with plywood. You know how easy it is to bust even through 2x4s, let alone plywood? Pull your fucking foot through that window, you fucking
Right.
bitch. Whatever. Woody wants to press the
Facts.
panic button on his remote to call the cops because, yeah, they stole the money, but the guy killed a few people, so murder trumps robbery, and the cops should be on their side. Rocky doesn't want to do that, however, because she thinks he'll lose the money that way. Then Hulk blind guy who went to his bedroom and got his own revolver from underneath his bed is now shooting at the door, trying to open it from the outside, so Woody braces the door shut while Rocky goes to climb through a vent in the room trying to get out of it. But old man too strong and overpowers Woody, opening the door, letting the
Boy's a tank, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They could have had a better chance just taking the window down, bro.
dog in. And remember what I said about that one window? Well,
Literally.
I rest my case, just like he's resting on this glass roof bit of the house, passed out. Wakes up with the blind guy trying to shoot him from above, but again misses and shatters the glass, letting him drop into the house. So he goes downstairs to find him and kill him. The dude's trying to be as quiet as possible, but the noises he's making while breathing gives away his position. And would you like to hazard a guess as to which one of these tools he was gonna use to defend himself with? He uses the super obvious movie hammer to defend himself. They get into a little fight. Blind buff man is too OP and overpowers him and beats him up a little bit.
He's
until
a
he passes
tank,
out,
bro.
Then grabs some garden shears and stabs him with them. Meanwhile, his dog has jumped up into the vent after Rocky, and she sees that, so she voluntarily drops
the
down
fuck?
a big ass shaft. In
Oh
the
my.
vent.
Yo, okay.
Jumped up into the vent after Rocky, and she sees that, so she
Imagine you in this situation, bro. You look back and it's just a brolic ass dog on your ass. What?
She voluntarily drops down a big ass shaft in the vents head first, landing directly onto her fucking head, and somehow she does not break her neck, crack her fucking skull open, and die in this maneuver. Instead, she passes out and wakes up with some light injuries, keeps moving through the vent system and gets to a vent that leads to the outside of the house, makes her way over there while making all the female video game noises. Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I know all the things you made Lara Croft do. Turns herself around and starts kicking at the fucking vent, opening it up, but the blind heard all the oohs and the ahs and the kicks and grabs her through the vent underneath her, pulls her back into the house and chokes her unconscious, puts her in the paddock corner of the cellar, bound up just like the old bitch. She is now his new sex slave gimp dungeon bitch. And when she wakes up, this movie takes a really fucked up turn, and he explains to her that Cindy, the woman that ran over his child and he shot by accident, should have gone to jail, but she didn't because rich bitches don't go to jail. So he thought that it's only fair since she took away his kid that she would give him another kid, so he her and her forcibly so she could get pregnant and give him another baby. And when she died, or he shot her by accident, she was pregnant with his child, hence when she died his baby died, and he blames those fatalities on them breaking in. Then he dumps a shit ton of dirty oil, I think, on Cindy and shoves her into the floor. And I don't know if I can show this next part on YouTube or Patreon for that matter, which is where I upload uncensored content if you didn't know that. Quick self plug. But a wise man once said, fuck it, we ball. Blind dude whips out a jar of his own and starts warming it up on the stove, then goes, you killed my baby when you came into my house, but and you'll well. What the f, man? He lifts her up in his demented contraption and cuts an axe's hole to her through her pants, sucks up some of his spunk in a turkey baster and goes, I'm not a racist. That being said, I'm about to rape with a turkey baster. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called cognitive. Or is it not? I don't know. Dude gets stopped from doing that by Woody with the super obvious movie hammer. See, he did not die because blind is blind. And when he stabbed him with the garden shears, he actually stabbed the dead shitty haircut guy instead of a pass out Woody who woke up later on, grabbed the hammer and trapped the dog in the workshop place, fiddled around with the front door a bit, then got down there to rescue Rocky by beating the shit out of that dude, untying / uncuffing her. They cuff him up to their like restraint device. She has her way beating up the blind a little bit too, then makes him eat his own.
Friendly fire!
and he tells them to take the money and leave so that they don't call the cops on him. And that's what they do. They leave with the dough, and when they get to the front door that is not for some reason left wide open for an easy and fast escape because Woody's brain is fucking tomato soup with swirling trash sauce added to it. What the fuck was the point of fiddling around with the door then? Were you gonna find out which key pertains to which lock and then not open those locks to keep the door open, you fucking moron? Whatever, they waste just enough time opening that door for the guy to get free from the contraption that he builds and knows how to get out of, to get his gun and
He's a bro, I'm telling you, this old guy is a tank, bro. A walking tank.
shoot Woody dead. Dumbass dies, Rocky panics and runs out the house, gets to a point in the road and stops to taunt him. The hell are you doing, you dumb? This scenario will keep fucking running no matter what. You can taunt him while you run if you want. Plus, there's still a dog that could... Yeah, there's a dog. There you go. Yeah, you run, dumbass. Why are people in horror movies so fucking dense all the time? She runs away from the dog, hops over a fence, and gets to Bendejo's car, but the dog catches up and knocks the bag full of money off her back while she gets into the car, and the dog slobbers all over the car with inconsistent saliva marks and slobber marks. Again, goes over to the other side of the car where the windows roll down and tries to jump through there. She takes a fucking eternity to roll it up. She freaks out a bit because there are no keys in the car, and then puts her thinking hat on, folds down the rear seats, and accesses the trunk, finds a rope in there. So she opens the trunk and attaches the rope to like the hook in the trunk and waits for the dog to jump inside, pulls the trunk shut and closes the back seats to trap the dog in there, then takes a breath instead of immediately jumping out of the car, which gives the dog the time to violently push past the back seat and attack her inside while she tries to hold the seat shut. It would have taken you less than 2 seconds to get out of that car. 2 seconds you used to take a breath you did not need.
They too
Dumbass
slow,
hoe.
bro.
She struggles with the dog
Too
that
slow.
should have mauled her in this situation, but she somehow gets to hook the rope on his collar and keep him far enough away from her for her to get out of the car just as fast as I said she could have done. She takes the bag of money, gets up, but it's too late because the dude shows up to beat her up and drag her back to the house, throws her down next to Woody's lifeless corpse. So she takes the security system remote out of his hand and sounds the alarm to call the cops. The noise the alarm makes fucks with the guy's awareness and shit, so she's able to beat the hell out of him using a crowbar, knocks him down the cellar. His gun accidentally fires into his side. Then she takes the money and just stands there for a few seconds and only moves when she hears the police sirens approaching. Bitch, can you stop with the dramatic pauses and get a move on without anybody lighting a fire under your ass, you stupid whatever. She runs away before the cops get there, then takes her little sister to hop on a train to California, and while at the station she sees news coverage of what happened on, well, the news. The guy's still alive somehow, and he tells the authorities that there were only 2 intruders and they took nothing, and he was able to fend them off to discourage her from coming back and telling the authorities that he actually kidnapped and raped the bitch. That's it. This movie gets 7 ladybugs out of 2 actual human ladies.
Nah, this was a good, for me it was a good movie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Homie is, he is a problem, bro. That black man is a fucking problem. Okay, if you haven't watched this movie, please go watch it, and after that go watch the second one. Okay, no cap, it's hilarious how the big scary killer dog is just obviously a happy good boy. I think it's so true. After watching the whole movie, it's certain that Rocky indeed did not think through anything. Thanks for the representation of us aliens that can't breathe. Thank you. For a movie titled Don't Breathe, there's a hell of a lot breathing going on. Facts, bro. No filler, straight to the point. Absolutely. I love his reviews, man. Hi Boy, his comedic take into it, but also just really just giving you what the movie is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just straight to the point. I fuck with it. Let me know what you guys thought. If y'all new, subscribe. Help your boy reach 1,000 on this channel, okay? That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.